Well, it's officially that time of the year. The long-awaited WrestleMania 42 DLC that everyone's just been waiting for, it's finally been released. It's finally come out because 2K has decided to drop patch 1.15 for WWE 2K26. And if you guys have kept up with anything about 2K26 this year, you know that with 2K, there's always gonna be some sort of a catch. And why do I say that? Because, well, I just want to go ahead and get into it, and I gotta say this: if you are a Nintendo Switch 2 owner and you happen to have WWE 2K26 on the Switch 2, do not, I repeat, do not update this game because patch 1.15 is kind of screwing up the Switch. Now, I do want to go ahead and say shout out to Status, a huge shout out to Status, because Status has given us a lot of news for things that have come into WWE 2K26 in this patch, but he himself, he's a victim of this. I don't know if we want to call it a glitch, a bug, or error of what, but the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, he put out a tweet. His stuff got reset. He lost all of his progression into the game. Every single persona that he had is gone. Every single ringside pass unlockable, it's gone. Now 2K support, they put out a tweet saying that they are aware of the issue. They're looking into it. I don't know how long it's going to take them to do anything about it. Like, at the time of me recording this video, the patch has only been out for a couple of hours. I'm probably going to wait to see if they do anything because I'm just going to release this video like a day later. And so I will put up something on the screen to let you know if they've fixed it. But with 2K, you know, you kind of never know. But again, if you own the Switch 2, do not, I repeat again, do not install patch 1.15. But let's go ahead and get into everything else about patch 1.15. So for those of you who don't have the Monday Night Wars edition of the game, if you want access to the WrestleMania 42 pack, you can of course choose to upgrade, or you can just spend the single purchase of $9.99. And so what do you get in the WrestleMania 42 pack? Well, of course, you're going to get the WrestleMania 42 arenas for both night 1 and night 2. You're going to get Alexa Bliss, her WrestleMania 42 persona. You're going to get Liv Morgan's WrestleMania 42 persona, and it comes with her new Trouble Trouble theme song that she performed herself. And then now this is where things kind of gets a little bit shaky. So of course you're going to get Cody Rhodes, his WrestleMania 42 persona, and again, courtesy of Status, this is a huge issue. Well, I guess it's not a game breaking issue, but it's just more of a what the hell are we doing type of thing, because Cody Rhodes, his WrestleMania 42 persona, they misspelled Liberty on his boots. Instead of Liberty, it says Liberty. Do you guys remember that iconic moment in American history when they were about to, get ready to say that we don't want to do anything with the British? And do you remember when, if I'm not mistaken, it was Thomas Paine who said, "Give me liberty or give me death"? What the actual hell are we doing? Again, bro, in order to get access to the WrestleMania 42 DLC, I don't know why I'm laughing, this isn't funny. You had to have bought the Monday Night War edition of the game, because this edition of the game was extremely expensive. Now, I didn't get this version of the game. I had the Attitude Era edition, which after tax, it still came out to like $130 something. I think the Monday Night War edition would have come out to maybe $150 or like $160, which for a singular video game, that is absolutely insane. And then the fact that you release it and it's not like, what is this type of quality control? You guys have been working on this for how long? WrestleMania 42 was in April. Dude, we're almost in September. Like, what the hell was going on? I mean, like, am I tripping? Is it because Zelnick Strauss used so much money getting Frank Sinatra's theme song that, we didn't have money to focus on the quality control? Because that's just absolutely ridiculous. And I know that in the grand scheme of things, this isn't a game-breaking issue, like I said, but it's just kind of more like it's like you're spitting on a consumer. It's like you slapped me in the face. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the story, but Kareem Abdul-Jabbar once told a story about how him and Wilt Chamberlain, they were in an elevator, and a guy came in and he looked up at Wilt, and he was like, oh my God, man, like, what's the weather like up there? And Kareem said that, like, Wilt he spit on the guy and he told him it's raining. This right here is the literal equivalent of you spitting on the consumer. What the hell are we doing? And I know, again, dude, I'm probably making a big deal out of nothing. But again, it's like, bro, you want me to have spent well over $100 to get access to these characters? Or, like I said, if you want to specifically get it separately, $9.99, $10, whatever you want to call it. The fact that I'm paying money for something that's not even right, it's just like, what are we doing? And so some other things that 2K did do in patch 1.15, they actually addressed a few issues. And of course, by now, you should pretty much know the running gag, because do you know what the first thing that we have on the patch notes are? They did stability and performance improvements. Wow, what a shocking move there. But then they did finally decide to add Finn Balor's Catch Your Breath theme song. If you were out of the loop on this, so what happened with that, this was supposed to have been added at the start of this season in patch 1.14, but it didn't make this. For some reason, it wasn't there. And so, like, Cornell had been very transparent that, they were going to fix it. They were going to get it out. I think he actually tweeted this maybe a couple of days ago. And so, as you see in this patch, they finally added it. Then, of course, we have new items, new bundles into the island, because we got to focus on that live service slot. I mean, you kind of know that by now. Now, the next one, this one is specifically for Universe Mode. Now, I have never played a Gauntlet Eliminator in Universe Mode, so I didn't know that this was a bit of an issue. But the Gauntlet Eliminator now properly allows up to 8 superstars in the ring at once in a Universe Mode match. Up next, they address reported concerns of visuals associated with Super Cena's towel animation during his entrance. They address reported concerns associated with camera placements near audience stands during Alexa Bliss's entrance. They address reported concerns of superstars clipping into the ambulance and preventing the match from being finished. They also address reported concerns of clipping with vehicle entrances in both of the WrestleMania 42 arenas. Then last but not least, they address reported concerns of Miss Elizabeth not appearing during victory animations. And then some other things that they did address. These weren't in the patch notes at all, but I've seen a bunch of people talking about it. I know. So now with Jeff Hardy, this was a bit of an issue at the start of season 5, and 2K did say they were going to fix it. So with him, the Hardy Boys jerseys or whatever, if you tried to put them on him or really anybody, the jersey would kind of have this weird tucking look, weird tucking animation, and so they did decide to fix it. Now this one, I didn't even know this was an issue as well. Shout out to Game Vault, but apparently something was wrong with his armbands, specifically for Jeff Hardy. 2K did fix this. They updated Victoria's Titantron, and then now Jeff Hardy, instead of using the Hardy Boys Titantron, he has his own dedicated Jeff Hardy Titantron. So I gotta say, that is a pretty cool, I guess, quality of life bunch of fixes, we can say. Now something else that we can go ahead and say, more live service slot, because shout out to Status, but 2K has actually added in a bunch of new models that we can only assume are going to be via MyFaction, either live events where you're going to have card A and card B and card C, or they're just going to most likely be in packs. But they've added quite a bit. So we're going to get Roman Reigns Brawl, which in my opinion this would be great for promo gear. We're going to get Roman Reigns 19, the Usos 10, we're going to get John Cena 07. Then of course, the patch notes kind of gave it away, but we're going to get Super Cena, Bray Wyatt 20, which is the NWO version of Bray Wyatt. We're going to get Charlotte Flair 19, and then this might be the coolest thing yet. So Status said that in the files is Jeff Hardy 02. Now in my opinion, this might be the coolest thing that we've found out about this patch so far, because if you remember, we do have a bit of a confirmation that we're gonna get an early 2000s version of Matt. We already have Lita 2000, and then the Hardy Boys did specifically say, at the start of the season that we would see quote unquote more versions of them. Now me personally, I was speculating that we would hopefully get Jeff Hardy 08, but I don't really know if that's going to be a thing now since we're going to get Jeff Hardy 02, because I don't think they would give us so many different versions of Jeff. I mean, I would love to be wrong, but again, it's like, I don't really know. I'm still going to keep my fingers crossed because I don't know how many times I need to repeat myself, but for you to bring back Jeff Hardy, and then we got Persona cards and all of that, how do you not do a Jeff Hardy 08? Like, dude, that's like the easiest layup damn near of all time. But I could be wrong. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. So we do have a bit of an editor's update. So in the middle of me making this video, 2K has since come out to confirm that these superstars will be available in MyFaction packs this season. So by the time this video is up, in order to get the Walter Persona, he's going to be the whole collection set reward. But in this pack, you can get Bray Wyatt 20, which again, the NWO Bray Wyatt, Charlotte Flair 2019. I'm assuming that this is John Cena 12, and then of course Jimmy and Jey Uso 2010. Now I don't know how difficult they'll be to snag because you know how MyFaction is just a gambling simulator, but there you go, you can get these guys now. And then something else Status did say is that there's going to be a new Cody Rhodes persona or attire. He says that, in his own speculation, he thinks it's going to be tied into the island, which if they do it, I don't think it would be this wild to guess, because last year, didn't they do something similar with Roman Reigns where he was like the final boss of the island? He was teleporting. He had all of these crazy moves. Maybe that's what they're going to do with Cody Rhodes. I mean, hey. Now, last but not least, the thing that I want to speculate the most on myself is that I think we have a bit of an idea or just a possibility about what's going to be in WWE 2K27. Now, look, we already know 2K, Take-Two Interactive, they've already confirmed it. WWE 2K27 is already in development. Now, earlier this week, they did the whole reveal for NBA 2K27, and I'm going to go off a limb and say, look, I have a bit of a history to say why I think this is going to happen. So, for context, with NBA 2K, with WWE 2K, a lot of the things that they have in 2K NBA, they have somewhat, in one way or another, they always end up bringing it to the WWE games. Now, just to jog your memory if you don't remember, NBA 2K, My Career Mode has been a staple in these games for almost 20 years. WWE 2K15, what did it have? My Career. In NBA 2K18, they had the Playground. That same year, WWE 2K18, it was like a backstage free roam thing. NBA 2K, again, My Team, a staple in those games for damn near 20 years. What did WWE 2K22 introduce for us? MyFaction. NBA 2K has the city. What did WWE 2K25 give us? The island. NBA 2K24, they first introduced season passes, battle passes. What did they introduce this year for WWE 2K26? The ringside pass. Now look, in WWE 2K26, well, in the WWE 2K franchise as a whole now, we have, like I said, we have My Rise. Now for those of you who just somehow you don't remember or you never experienced it, I want to say in WWE 2K15 through, I didn't play 18, so please correct me down below if I'm wrong, but 2K15 through 2K17, if you played My Career / My Rise, there was this feature called My Career Invasion. Now, My Career Invasion was basically if anyone on your friends list had the game and they had a career mode save, if you turn this feature on, their player would show up in your career. You would be on the main roster and you would see so-and-so's character. Maybe he's fighting John Cena for the WWE Championship. And so I'm saying this because they took that feature away. Now, NBA 2K27, what they're going to introduce is Co-op My Career. Now, this is where things are going to kind of get interesting. So how it's going to work in NBA 2K27 is there's going to be this CPU guy named like Trace Williams or something. And so if you invite your friend to play, they will control him. Now with the WWE side of things, I think this would be an idea they would pursue in like the My Rise storyline if it's like a tag team thing similar to, I want to say 2K20. and we know how that was. But if they was to do something like that, similar to 2K20, where you have these two dedicated My Rise characters and they're like a bit of a unit, then I could see them having this feature where you invite your friends and they control them. Then again, I could be wrong. Another thing that they're going to introduce in the NBA 2K27 is My Career Eras. Now in 2K, you have the NBA eras where you can go back in time essentially. You can start in the 80s, you can go into the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, the late 2010s. I don't think this is a feature we'll ever see in the WWE games, but with the amount of people that have been released from WWE that was in 2K26, I would not be, okay, that's a lie, I would be shocked. But I think 2K, if they really wanted to do something spectacular, what if they had they signed a bunch of, I'm gonna say a bunch of people who we've yet to see in these games, like Sabu, Steve Blackman, who are both in the WWE 2K files this year. What if we see a bunch of these people, a bunch of these legends, they're into the game, they're not DLC, they're like base characters, or maybe even a mixture of both, and they give us a universe mode eras. We can start off in the 80s, we can go to the 90s, the 2000s. Will it happen? I heavily doubt it, but it would be a pretty badass feature. But I'm still just kind of stuck on this whole idea of this online My Career, or you can invite somebody to play. I'm just really conflicted about it, because I know that this is something the community can have a lot of fun with, but it's not really something that's going to make them a lot of money off of microtransactions. And so that's why I don't really think they'll do it. They seem to only want to copy those aspects from NBA 2K. They don't want to give us the cooler stuff that people would actually want. But I mean, hey, maybe I'm tripping. Either way though, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comment section below. What do you think about patch 1.15, Cody Rhodes being misspelled with the boots? Like, that's just, I can't get over that. That's stupid. This is a bare minimum $70 game. At most, what, 150, 160? And you mean to tell me that you guys couldn't do quality control for something you've had access to, you've been working on for months? That's insane to me. But I also do, man, what do you guys think about the possibility of the 2K27 features that I discussed? What do you guys think about just the whole patch in general? But either way, man, if this is your first time stopping by the channel, go ahead and get that leg ready, because I want you to hit that like button with the meanest. I'm talking about the meanest super kick sweet chin music that you could possibly muster up. But hold on, we are not done, because then I want you to hit that subscribe button with the meanest spear. I want you to hit it with the hardest spear that you could possibly do. But either way, man, your boy getting ready to sign out. Take it easy.